This video is going to change your mind about everything you used to know about money. Okay? I'm going to give you a whole new dimension in a bit to recalibrate your mentality and attitude towards money. Okay? Make sure you stick around and watch this video right to the end. If it's the first time you're seeing me, my name is Victor Isibor. I talk about money, how to make money, and how to safeguard your finances from scammers. If you love stuff like this, smash the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, turn on the bell notification icon so that you don't miss any of my subsequent videos. And to my returning subscribers and viewers, salute. Like in the military, it's a pleasure having you back on my YouTube channel. Today, you hear them say the rich keeps getting richer and the poor keeps getting poorer. Yes, but in this video, I'm going to tell you how the poor continually enables the rich to get richer. Now, the rich cannot get richer without the assistance of the poor. Now, let us talk a little bit about the banking system. All right? A lot of middle class and poor people believe so much in saving. Okay? They have close to zero risk appetite. Okay? Everything is a scam as far as they're concerned. Okay? So they would rather keep their money in the bank. And you see, a lot of these middle class and poor people, they are under the illusion that when you keep money in the banks actually keep that money. Now, the banking system is a hypocritical system. A system that does the opposite of what they encourage people to do. Now, banks ask you not to take risk. They ask you to come and save your money with them. But do they actually save that your money? Now, they do with your money what you have refused to do. Okay? Now, if Aliko Dangote, the richest black man in the world, probably comes to you and tell you that 5 million naira you got from the sale of that your family property, borrow me that money. I need it as a loan. I'm going to repay in so and so within so and so time. You'd probably say no. Then what do? You take that money to the bank to save it. Then Dangote goes to the bank and they give him that money as a loan. Eventually, the money with which all the rich men do all those big time investments is a combination of all the monies that poor and middle class people take to the banks. Yes. Now, let me tell you something that you don't know. Before, when they call somebody a debtor, it's an insult. Look at him, debtor, ordinary debtor. If you call me a debtor with the kind of knowledge and understanding of money that I have now, I'd be proud to be a debtor. Because 99% of the rich men, very wealthy men that are industrialists today, 99% of them are debtors. Dangote, like I mentioned earlier, is the richest black man in the world. He built a refinery in Lagos recently, I think the biggest refinery in the whole of West Africa. And he did not spend a dime of his money. He took the entire cost of building that refinery as a loan from the bank. Fact check me. He built that refinery using loans he obtained from the bank. Now, where did the bank get the money? From you and I. Why? We have zero risk appetite. We wouldn't build a refinery. No, we wouldn't call our committee of friends, two heads are better than one. Put our heads together and invest in a very good business. No, we have zero risk tolerance. We'd rather take our money to the bank to save it. When you say you have savings, you are actually saving the lives of industrial capitalists like Dangote because they will go there, get that money as loan. Now, this is the phenomenon that the rich call financial leverage. Financial leverage. Using debt as a financial leverage. Dangote in his head is like, why should I finance the refinery project with 100% of my money? Yeah, Dangote can afford to single-handedly build that refinery without obtaining a loan. So he's like, why should I do that? It doesn't make sense. When I can take a loan, I'm credit worthy. I can take a loan and use that money. I can use other people's money to build the refinery while I service the loan instead of using my personal money. So as a matter of fact, by extension, he is not carrying all the risk alone. What has he managed to do? He has managed to bring the bank into the picture. Bring all the customers who deposited monies in banks as savings. He has brought them into the picture. So all of us is like now a shared risk. Everybody's taking the risks together and he's servicing it. Okay? Now, smart people, when they obtain loans, they invest that loans in ventures that would yield returns that are substantial enough to service the loan. That is how to be smart. Okay? Now, poor people, middle class people, when they borrow to throw parties. Things that won't necessarily bring enough, returns to service the loan. Okay? People borrow to do a lot of crazy things. Some people borrow to pay recurrent expenditure, like utility bills. Now, you don't have the money to pay your utility bills this month, so you borrow money. That utility bill is a recurrent expenditure. It is coming back to knock on your door next month. How do you intend to pay that of next month if you have to take a loan this month to pay? Okay, so that is the way it is. And we're telling people all the time, if we are ever going to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, we have to start thinking the way the rich think. Okay, the poor and the middle class, they need to start thinking the way the rich think. That is the only chance we have at bridging that gap. And what is the gap? The gap between the rich and the poor. What is that gap? It's not in the bank account. It is not in the money that they have. It is in the way that we think. The gap is in the financial literacy. Okay? Now, you need to start taking risk. You need to understand that keeping your money in the bank, it doesn't make any sense because inflation continually depletes that money. It doesn't retain its original value. It can still carry the same name. Oh, it's 5 million, it's 5 million. In name only. 5 million is 5 million in name only. Now, if you're watching this video, I want you to Google what is the inflation rate in percentage per annum in your country. That is the rate at which money that you keep in the bank redundant, that is the rate at which it loses value on a yearly basis. It loses value on a yearly basis at that rate. If, for instance, the inflation rate in your country is 50% per annum, that means that if you keep 1 million in a bank account, after a year, that 1 million would be worth 500,000. It still retains the name and title of 1 million, but its purchasing power has been reduced by half. All right? So the inflation rate is the rate at which there is a hike in price of goods and services that you want to purchase with that money. Okay? Meaning that what you can buy with 100,000 this year, you're going to be needing 200,000 to buy it by next year. So you see, the value of money keeps dropping and the value of commodities, goods and services keeps increasing over and above the money. The money retains its title, but it has diminished purchasing power. That is why what $100 can buy 50 years ago, it cannot buy it right now. But $100 still remains $100 in name only. All right? So that is a phenomenon that should make you understand that it is a foolish thing to leave money in your savings account perpetually. Now, I'm not saying that you should not save. The question is, why are you saving? If you are saving so that you can invest, bravo. But if you are saving just for the sake of it, then it doesn't make any sense. Because the banks will do with your money what you have refused to do with your money. And one of the major investments that banks do is trading your money in the forex markets. If I come to you now and tell you, come and do forex, you say, no, I don't like forex. I keep my money in the bank. The day your money lands in the bank, you go to a counter and pay in money. That very day, that money goes out in form of investment and loans to those that want to take the kind of risk that you have refused to take. The richest man in the world is Jeff Bezos. He is worth around $116 billion. None of that $116 billion is in the bank. That value is in assets. Assets that yield profit, that bring returns for him on a yearly or monthly basis. Okay? So recalibrate your thinking. Stop dumping all your money in the banks. Your money perpetually loses value if it is not yielding returns. And it's not as if the banks even actually leave your money the exact way it is. Okay? Majority of us, if we pay 50,000 into our banks, what reflects there is 49,999 something. Immediately they are taking their charges. SMS charge, email charge, card maintenance charges, and different charges. So that is what I want to discuss with you guys. Have an investment culture. Okay, have an investment culture. You can decide to go into properties, real estate. If you don't like too much risk, go into real estate. Okay, buy land flipping, buy a plot of land in a developing area. Forget about it. Few years from now, you can sell it for times 3, times 4, times 5 of its original value. Then you buy another one. Continually flipping of land, you get a lot of money. There are several investment opportunities in the world today that you can explore. And that is why Victor Isibor Reviews channel is here. If you go through my videos, you will see videos teaching you how to do different businesses. And just pick one of them and, make your own research and go for it. Stop saving money in the banks. Okay? You're allowing the rich to get richer while you continually get poorer. I hope you got value from this video. If you did, smash the like button so that the YouTube algorithm will know that this is a top quality video and they would recommend it to more and more people. Subscribe to this channel if this was your first time. I'll see you in the next one. I remain Victor Isibor. I'm out.